warm welcome. You're watching Times Now with me, Priya Behel, and in the middle of all the political heat that is happening, given that today is the last day of campaigning for West Bengal, there is a big development coming in from an Indian who has come back to India and is now calling for Indian diaspora to follow suit. The US President Donald Trump, remember viewers, just days ago had endorsed a racist post against India, likening our country to a hellhole. But this, viewers, has sparked massive outrage across the country. The latest person to express his opinion is Zoho's founder and CEO, Sridhar Vembu. He's put out an open letter to the Indians who are based in the United States, and he's urging them to consider returning home. He says India's global standing will increasingly depend on its technological strength and its ability to retain its talent. In a long post on social media platform X, Vembu has described his own 37-year journey from a student in America to a tech titan in India. He warned that the diaspora, that they are increasingly caught in a crossfire between political extremes, the hard right and the woke left, where they are seen as just bystanders. We've opened up our phone lines. Also, viewers, tell us what you think about this appeal. In fact, we already have callers joining us on this broadcast. Madhav Rajan from Chennai. Madhav, what do you make of Vembu's appeal?
Do you mean Nagarajan? You call Nagarajan, madam?
Sir, Madhav Rajan from Chennai.
Nagarajan from Chennai. I called you from, I'm Nagarajan from Chennai.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Please go ahead, sir. Express your opinion.
I stand with Sridhar Vembu. We have something in common. He is also electrical engineer. I am also electrical engineer. And I am an innovator. He is also an innovator. And I am 78. Now, Sridhar Vembu is making the same call what our Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, President of India, made in early 60s. Early 60s, he recalled all the Indian brain drain to come back and serve India. And I appreciate Sridhar Vembu. Thank you.
But sir, a lot has changed since the early 60s or earlier in 1940s when Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan would have made that appeal. And now, do you think it is actually feasible to expect industrialists from India or tech giants from India to come back to India? Would it be a lucrative option for them?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am 78 years aged, hands-on electrical mechanical engineer and innovator. I am struggling to find incubators. I am struggling to find incubators from the popular universities in Chennai. Otherwise, I can test my machine in just 1 month. And it can create crores of entrepreneurs come employees, innovators, and as a trust, not as a limited company. It will be a trust. Namo Bharat Mudra, entrepreneurs, employees, incubators, trust.
So, which is perhaps what Sridhar Vembu is also talking about, that India's prowess is going to be its technological prowess, its technological strength and ability to retain talent. You can see what Sridhar Vembu has said. He has said that the hard right will continue giving us moral lectures. And when he says moral lectures, he is making a direct reference to Donald Trump's endorsement of a post which referred to India and China as hellholes. Now, Priyank, after years of listening about brain drain, we've also heard Prime Minister Narendra Modi repeatedly saying that this is the time of cultural renaissance, and which is why we need Indians to be our demographical strength. But we'll come to Priyank later. Ashwini from Bengaluru is also joining us. So, please go ahead with your opinion.
It's a movement, but the thing is, India, recently when I moved to Bangalore, I found it overcrowded and it's full of dust. The lifestyle what normal people want after paying like 30% of tax, they are not getting that lifestyle at all. I even tried to move out of India and go to Europe for a better lifestyle for my future generation. Yeah, and honestly, I like India. I'm like in my school days, I played many theater roles for a soldier, and I was aspiring for the Air Force also.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I was not able to get the Air Force.
Right. There, Sridhar Vembu, they're making a call for the Indian brains to come back and help strengthen India. We've got another caller joining us. So please go ahead with your views. K. Rajendran from Bengaluru.
Yeah, good afternoon, madam. I am very happy that Mr. Sridhar, at last somebody has made one good beginning of calling the people, the brain, brain drain, to stop brain drain happening. See, the question is now it is not happening right now. Not looking at the situation right now. It has started as soon as the new government, came in America. So people were facing in getting a H-1B visa, but still people used to prefer to America because of the standards. But now today it is not the situation. Now it is becoming reverse. Now the days are becoming very difficult. For example, inflation is also hurting our own people there. So what is my suggestion is people who are already on some visa, permit visa, they can come back early. But it takes some time for the people who have settled already. But those who already completed their in the older age group, they can come back,
Yes, economy aside, Sridhar Vembu's post is focusing more on how Indian diaspora there is caught in ideological crossfire between the woke left, as he calls it, and extreme right. In fact, this is what he was referring to. He was referring to a comment that was reposted by Donald Trump last week. It was a comment that was made by a radio host, which went on to say that some people come to US in the 9th month of pregnancy because a baby born here becomes an instant citizen. They bring their families from China or India or from some other hellhole. Some want to turn the US into an India-China colony. This is the comment that was made by Michael Savage. He's an American radio host. In fact, China had also come out to condemn this particular statement that was endorsed by US President Donald Trump on his social media handle as well. Priyank, this once again brings the focus back on the brain drain that has been a big Indian problem for a while now.
Priya, there are multiple aspects which need to be taken into consideration, that whether the roughly 2.2 to 2.5 million Indian population, which is there in the USA, which is holding the H-1B visa, if you calculate, it's a total 16% of the total software development of the United States, which they have been focusing. Whether the US can also afford it. Donald Trump waking up and calling this as, hellhole, and those people coming from hellhole is certainly not going to justify the kind of developmental work which they are also demanding. The H-1B visa data is very important to be seen, Priya, because this also holds that more than 6 lakh to 7,000 lakh people have been taking it. On the other side, if you see, this is also raising, Mr. Vembu's statement is raising several debates which have been going on, which is certainly showing that whether this kind of population, which he's calling that should come back to India, whether India is also in a position to absorb this kind of talent, or United States is in the position to let go away this kind of talent just on this merry statement of Donald Trump, who is about to complete his tenure in few months from now. What is very important, that the economic setup which the United States is having, the kind of a technological thing which they claim that, okay, US has the best of the machinery, they have the best of the war equipment. Everything is being developed with a techie format, and the 16%
and interestingly,
share.
Priyank, stay with me. Most of our callers are also from the cities that have now become incubators of these tech startups, these tech brains, the Silicon City, Bangalore. We in fact have Deepak Jain. Deepak, do you think that what Sridhar Vembu is asking people to do now is actually feasible? Deepak, can you hear me?
Very good afternoon, madam, and good afternoon to all the viewers.
Yes, please go ahead.
First of all, I condemn saying the person who is just saying and self-claimed win over a person who is telling one thing in the morning, one thing in the afternoon, and another thing in the night. What we can expect from such a person? He is telling hellhole to India. What is America doing today? America today is a zombie country, and whatever name you have, because of Indians who are there, because of them in that name today. So Mr. Sridhar, whatever, he has appealed to the public saying that whoever is there should come back to India. It's really appreciable and done. And I really appreciate
if
it.
Vembu's thought process is to be followed, he says that there is a lot to be gained if you come back to your own motherland instead of getting caught in crossfire in a country like United States where your respect is increasingly diminishing. So where does Indian diaspora stand in terms of numbers in the United States? There are 5.4 million Indian Americans as of 2024, which is 1.47% of population of the United States. 2/3 of these people are first-generation immigrants. This particular demography, Priyank, is extremely important. In fact, Sridhar Vembu's message is directly for this particular group of people. Shekhar from Bengaluru is also joining us. Shekhar, share your views. Okay, we've lost that line. Ajay from Jammu is also with us. Ajay, what do you have to say about this call being given by Sridhar Vembu? Do you think it is feasible and ideal in current circumstances?
First of all, talk started in 91, 92, Manmohan and Naseema Rao. Flight is 96, right? We all were, my guys, my classmates, they meant a million. But what they were doing was not coding. So Vembu is right. Babu says come back and do coding here. Perfect.
Okay, we've lost that line, but we've already got reactions coming in from other industrialists. In fact, Ashneer Grover has put out a post. He says that this is being delusional. What Sridhar Vembu is saying is that he's acting under delulu. It's a very Gen Z term that he's using. He says that the record-breaking heat in India is clearly making people dizzy. Just don't be scientific in your approach. Look at the numbers. $1 today stands at 94 rupees. Temperatures here soar at 50 degrees centigrade. That is what Ashneer Grover has to say. We've got Dr. Ram from Chennai also joining us. Sir, do you agree with Sridhar Vembu or do you agree with Ashneer Grover?
Somewhere in between. The appeal of Dr. Vembu seems to be extremely noble. But at the same time, look at the ground reality. Like, talent has to be, first of all, appreciated and encouraged. While our politicians are focused only on caste and not merit. But if the same children or their health to be attended to, they don't look at social status. They look at only at merit. So with this kind of ground reality not gelling with the talent absorption, I think this can be only a noble aim, but practically, unless caste changes to class reservation, and these kinds of social reservations are allowed only for economically backward and no one else, I don't think we'll be able to retain or repatriate all the talent that has drained. It is extremely unfortunate.
But sir, while what you point out is extremely significant, the factors that are being pointed out by somebody who himself lives in this ecosystem of technology and business, Ashneer says that look at the value of rupee versus dollar right now. Look at the temperatures in India right now. Would it be even possible or lucrative for somebody staying in the United States to look forward and consider that as an option as well? 2/3, as we put out the data in front of our viewers, are first-generation immigrants right now as of 2024 in the US.
Both are easily addressable, right? Now, the kind of dollar value that you're looking at, if you're able to compensate them with the lifestyle that they get here, then whether the dollar is 94 rupees or whether a dollar is 194 rupees doesn't matter. If you look at the Chinese yuan, just look at how much $1 equals a Chinese yuan. That's much more than what Indian rupee is. So that is not an argument that I would be very happy about as an economist.
Right.
And secondly, as far as heat is concerned, I think this seems to be a bit rudimentary. I think there are so many ways in which we can, a place of desert like Australia can be habitable, or a place like Alaska can be conquered by, humans.
Yes.
I think this
there are
argument
issues,
seems to
but
be a bit...
none that are unsurmountable. The cause is noble, the appeal is noble, but it requires an entire ecosystem to come together for India to look at reverse brain drain, in fact, look at brain gain. That is what Sridhar Vembu is hinting at. Thank you, viewers, for joining us. We take a very quick break.